Happy please don't take what I just did to What's-His-Face to heart. I physically don't know how else I would have gotten here without killing him. Something about this strange place feels oppressive. The air is still and silent, yet you can hear the distant echoes of words, promises and battle cries. You strain to hear what's being said, but you can only make out a few words. Finally, C-switch, I promise, I promise.
Can't be dismissed as a calculation error. You knew failure was a possibility. Then why? Why?
This doesn't sound like it's going the way I wanted it to go. I need answers.
Yes, it's decided. I will tell you the truth before we fight to the death. Would you like to know why I upended your life?
Yes, I mean, I wanted to know that half a game ago. At this point, I really don't care. I've passed the point of wanting to know, and it's just become irrelevant to me entirely. But why can I not have the option to not do any of this? Like, what decision have I made up to this point that has only given me these options? Because I don't like any of them. Knock yourself out. A villain monologuing an evil stronghold. We don't want to miss that. I don't see her as the villain. That's the problem I have with this game. I don't see her as the villain. But they don't give me any options to not treat her as a villain. Like, even just speak as curt and dismissive.
This place is my demi-plane. I created it when I was a prisoner in Threshold. I would slip away to conduct my rituals here in secret. This is where I decided to create what mortals would later call the Worldwound. This is where I made all my preparations. Do you understand? Escaping was never my goal. I could have easily disappeared from Threshold. I could have passed through it like water through sand, but that wasn't my goal. Some believe that I brought Sarkoris to ruin out of revenge. And there is some truth to that. I had reason to take revenge.
Dude, I'm fully on your side. You absolutely had
didn't
reason.
listen to my words in Iz, and you didn't find a way into the secret part of my laboratory. Otherwise, you would know what I'm talking about.
Okay, so the game's not going my way simply because I chose to save my allies over grabbing information in the temple, and because I didn't backtrack to her lab. I mean, the game doesn't actually ever tell you to go back to her lab, so I wouldn't voluntarily choose to do so. I really, really, really hope that this doesn't give me a fucked up ending. Just because I decided to save people over knowledge, and I couldn't be bothered backtracking.
My laboratory. The old house in the middle of nowhere that marked the entrance to my lab. It was the home of Arilu Vorlesh when I was still a mere mortal. I lived there with my daughter. Wait,
you had a daughter? This is the first I've ever heard this.
From the keen gaze of the Sarkorian witch hunters.
You had a daughter?
It was a place where the reality of our world was in close proximity to the abyss. A place where I could study the magic forbidden to all Sarkorians. I thought I had hidden my home well, but I was wrong. They found it. They found us. At that hour, I was there, in the laboratory. That damned laboratory I loved so much. I was absorbed in one of my experiments when the hunters arrived on our doorstep. I was sitting at my desk, recording my observations, thoughts, and calculations, as was my habit. That's when I heard the noise outside. The fight was brief. It barely lasted a moment. By the time I sensed that something was amiss and hurried out to see what was happening, it was too late. All I could do was cradle the body of my dead child and cry after their departing soul. I promise.
That's really sad. Why did the Sarkorian hunters attack your daughter?
Because they saw her with a scroll she had secretly borrowed from my supply. She was trying to perform a forbidden ritual.
Forbidden to the people who don't like arcane magic.
They're always drawn to the unknown.
Curiosity's great.
But for the Threshold hunters, this child playing with a magical trinket she stole from an adult was just as much of a criminal as the worst demon worshippers.
Wow. Nothing can justify the killing of a child. You put your daughter at risk when you violated the laws of your land. You are to blame for everything that happened. Wow. No, nothing can justify it.
I am not concerned with whether it was justified or not. or with the application of morality, the law, or the teachings of any god.
I mean, fair enough. Your daughter's just dead. I can understand that.
Look around you. This demi-plane. The first time I escaped from my cell and ran here, I was trying to resurrect my daughter. I tried many things, but all my efforts were in vain. The soul had already received Pharasma's judgment.
Oh, no.
And had been sent on the path determined by the gods.
No! Oh my god. Shit. So she was killed, you're captured, thrown in jail, and so you do your best to get out, come here to resurrect her, but of course it's too late by that time. So much time has passed. Of course your daughter's soul has passed through the boneyard and been judged, but to have the gods just toss her daughter into the abyss like that? Wow!
And when I realized that,
That's just cruel.
I rebelled. But not against my jailers, not against
She's
those who had
rebelling
murdered my
against
child,
the cycle and the
not
gods,
even
the
against
system.
Sarkoris. My uprising was against destiny, death, and the laws that the gods had forced upon our lives. I realized then that I wouldn't be satisfied with simply returning my daughter to life. I had to shatter this order once and for all, and make it so that neither Pharasma and her lackeys, nor death itself, could ever stand between us. Only by stepping beyond the bounds of what had been ordained for mortal kind, by obtaining powers that rivaled the divine, could we become free.
I don't disagree. To an extent, I don't agree with Pharasma and her being and what she does. She supposedly knows all, sees the fate of all, therefore when they die, that she can sort them accordingly into their afterlife positions. But it's like, how do you trust somebody like that? How do you know that she doesn't have her own means? How do you know that she's not going to make mistakes? How do you know that, you know, in this case, her daughter is just an innocent child who was dabbling in magic that's only deemed illegal because the Sarkorians didn't understand arcane magic and were scared of it. So that's the only reason why it was considered illegal by human standards. And it was a forbidden ritual, and then she was killed for it. Like, why has she been condemned to the abyss because of that? There's so much about Pharasma I don't agree with her. And her power over everything. I'm totally on Aurilu's side here.
And then I found you. I chose you because I felt a faint affinity to you. I thought your soul could accept the remains of my daughter's soul, like the soil accepts a seed.
So the whole reason I was chosen, the reason why I'm special, is purely because there is something in me that has an affinity within Aurilu. It's completely by choice and happenstance. Okay.
I thought that I could bring back my child by tethering the mangled remnants of her soul to a pure mortal soul untouched by the abyss. I thought the power of the Nahindrian crystals would allow me to protect her forever. That I could tear her away from the dominion of mortal nature. But I was mistaken in both assumptions. Now I'm about to face the consequences of my mistake. You will witness them as well.
So that also explains why I felt like she was motherly to me, to an extent, is because I literally have a piece of her daughter's soul within me. Okay. I don't want to kill you though. Is that literally going to be my only choice? I don't want to kill Aurilu. Oh, now we get our final mythic power, do we?
This will be quick.
No. I don't want to kill Aurilu. I literally do not want to do it with all the fiber of my being, so I hope I don't get forced into doing it by the game and game mechanics, because I just don't want to. It's not the ending I want, because it's not how I interpret the game.
You've crossed the wrong mountain.
Cover me, all right?
Press the attack!
That's great, sir. Worldwound again? Bruh. You need to work on your will. Oof. That was blinding. Oh, that means I have to keep going through the battle until he snaps out of that shit. God damn it. Hey, I got a present for you. Have fun with that. Wait, it didn't reach you? Oh, you just died. Okay, never mind. Okay, I don't know how to fix Worldwound. I still can't figure it out. So, off you go. Attack the good Baylor. Good Baylor's dead. Ignore Worldwound. Go attack this dude.
It's your time to cease to exist. You won't survive me.
Oh, great. We're going to follow him around the battlefield. Great.
Kneel before me.
Ooh, healer. Damn.
Strike. I am your end.
You're really not, but I appreciate your confidence. No breath weapon. Grebor. You just stood in the way of Ivu. So if even if she gets her shit back, it's not going to end well.
Endure this. This one's mine.
Okay, kill Worldwound.
You should have run.
And then we'll just have to wait for him to technically die.
Tactical retreat. No.
Oh, I'm killing his stats as well. Oh well. Okay, he's down. We can technically just wait.
I can't die now. I'm not nearly rich enough.
This will hurt.
I'll make short work of this.
Do you think restoration would work? Do you have greater restoration? You have just restoration. No, there's greater restoration. Will that work?
Tactical retreat. No.
She didn't even try to use it.
You're in my way.
Why did she not even try to use it?
You've crossed
Because he's technically dead?
I can't die now. I'm not nearly rich enough.
Retreat is not an option.
Darren, can you cast restoration, please? Oh, whatever. Greater restoration. Whoa, Jeff. Yeah, it didn't work.
Out of my sight.
Hey guys, I think he's got enough damage. Just wait for him to die. I think it takes something like 4 rounds. Never really assessed it.
Tactical retreat.
Bye! Let me know when you're good to go. I still don't know how to get you back on my party. There we go.
I'm not nearly rich enough.
Get out of the decline. And we did ascend. Great. Cool. Can you...
Smile.
Can...
The world's not ending just yet.
You heal him. Thank you. Can you do some heals that we never do? You may as well do that for Ivy, I guess. Okay, let's ascend. One final time.
Ready.
I so don't care about this. Okay, what do you get? Nothing very enthusiastically interesting. No, cool. Yay, go team. Extra feet for make the ability force attacks. Improved initiative. Yeah, that made me happy. Though having no spells makes no difference, and we're at the end and we're playing on easy. So really doesn't matter. Skill focus mastery. And we can't use that more than once. No, we cannot. Extra feet, extra ability. Any of these that you want? Not really. Cool. Great. Greater enduring spells? Whatever. Just pick it and move on. I don't care. All skilled. Azada gains a bonus equal to her mythic rank to all skill checks. Whenever she makes a skill check, she rolls the dice twice. You choose the best. How many skill checks are we really going to be using at this point in time? Yeah, that'd be none. Whenever she hits a charged attack. Yeah, nope. Marvelous endurance. Gains fast healing when enemy commands critically. Yeah, don't care. Super speed. Azata is always under the effect of haste spells as long as she is engaged in combat or melee and range attacks. Okay, 20% mischance. Yeah, that's great, but that doesn't help the rest of the party. I guess we'll just take all skilled. Okay, this is really unexciting. This is really, really unexciting. Whatever. That was so unthrilling. No, just, yeah. That held no joy for me at all. Is there anything you can do? Rapid shot. When using rapid shot, you ignore the feat's -2 penalty on attack rolls. Are you using rapid shot?
Always be ready for the worst.
Yeah, there you are. Cool, great. You do that. You should hit more frequently then, right? I think you should hit more frequently then. Wow, that is boring. That's it. Okay. What are you missing the melee? He doesn't have strength, I don't think. Weapon finesse. He's already doing that, I'm fairly certain. That would be quite wasteful. Improved critical. Great. Dagger. Let's go, team. The prismatic spray that you can never use.
Something wrong.
Yeah, that thing. Because don't have level 10 spells. It's hilarious. Do you want that as well? What's his strength at anyway? Weapon specialization mythic. Gnome hooked hammer. Enjoy. Darren! I don't know. Nothing's particularly interesting or exciting. Take an extra mythic ability. I don't even know. During spells. I don't really see how that's even relevant to you, but take it nonetheless. Who is this? Greybore. I'm assuming. Yes, sneak attack. Improved critical. Yep, improved critical. Sounds like a plan. Cool. That was riveting. That was like such a anticlimax. I am not going this way. My bad. I don't think I'm going this way either. I am not. Okay, how about this way? There we go. The nice, beautiful portal seems like a good place to go. Okay, we are out of the abyss. Or the abyss-like realm. Oh shit, I missed a lot. Oh, what's that? Oh, from Imezalan. I didn't really have a choice. You kind of yeeted me out of there, didn't you? Oh, 14. Wow. I'll take that, thank you. I'm still kind of wondering how I'm supposed to have made it through this entire battle with having no rest. Who wouldn't be using all their spells in the predecessing battle with Karamzada? And that they would have anything left over. It seems weird.
You should not have come here. I, Arilu Vorlesh, the one you call the betrayer, have nothing to offer you but death.
I don't want to kill you.
Today, I will give you the chance to avenge your
What?
death.
Why?
Rise.
Why would you do such a thing?
Mortal scum, you have struck ice into my heart. I will devour your souls to loosen its freezing grip.
Why would she do such a thing? Oh, is this where we play with these?
We won't fall here. I
Wow, I've got 4 people? How are you supposed to pass this fight? Even on easy, I have 4 people on my team. 4! Which way are we going? Okay, we've got 2 creatures there. We've got 3 at least there. We have none that way. No, none that way. God, so unoptimized. So it's just 2 and it's just 5 total? Okay, well, go? I don't really know what you expect to do. None of you are fighters. I don't know how the game expects me to literally do anything except die. Except the mongrels keep missing. But I don't really know how they expect me to do any good. These characters are useless. They've got no gear, no spells. Who's this chump? I don't know who that dude was. Guess we'll never know. Wow. This is the silliest battle ever. Why? Why would you force people? Oh shit. You've got something? Anything? God, I don't even know how your spells work. Wow. We're working off level 2 spells. Oh, it just didn't put them on my sidebar for weird reason. Yeah, I don't know how to use storm bolts accurately, so... I don't like that you're a healer. Yeah, we barely scratched him, like at all. Yours isn't as cool as mine. Okay, Seela, you're literally the only person who can hit anything here. Wait, they have high AC, don't they? I'm really not sure how this is supposed to work. Like at all. I don't have Camellia. I never had Trevor. Never had Staunton. Am I missing anybody else? No, that's just the 2 I'm missing, right? 3. Camellia, Staunton, Trevor. Do you attack with your magic at high levels? No. You can summon though, but summons are pretty useless. That seems pretty wasteful. Whatever. I don't really have much else to do. I don't attack with these big guys, and I don't want to spend time figuring out what they do because I just don't care at this point. I'm just, that crumbs at a fight has just so pissed me off. I'm just beyond caring about literally anything in this game, except that I don't want to kill Arilu. That hasn't changed. Could you just not? Well, I guess easy difficulty does help, doesn't it? What spells have you got? Ooh, except your chain lightning's actually going to be lightning and they're immune to that shit. Can you turn yourself into fire like I can? No, she can't. Oh well. Whatever. That wasn't very interesting.
The inheritor, guide my...
Really? Seela, 6 damage? Wow. We're not getting anywhere with that kind of ridiculousness. Bruh, you hit me again. Can you stop hitting me? Oh, Karamzada Reborn is in front of me. Damn, we chose the wrong path. Oh, all my cool dudes are out. Rip. Is that a Sinaway? Well, it is easy difficulty. That'll do it to you. Sealer's out. Oh no. You guys finished with your battle over there already? Holy hell. Wow, she just stood up to an entire round of attacks from Karamzita. Oh no, Galfrey's got a Baylor on her.
Fall!
Do you guys want to try something else other than that attack? It's clearly not working. Oh, it's Aranka. That's who it is.
Make your peace.
Yay for easy difficulty. Okay guys, this way. This way.
It isn't my time yet.
Well, I think it is. Wait, you all just abandoned Galfrey? What? They abandoned Galfrey to help me. That's hilarious. Utterly hilarious. Oh man, that's great. I appreciate that. Thank you for that. That's made my day. Thank you.
I will fight to the last breath.
Well, you are. You're fighting long past when you should be dead.
I will resist.
I don't know what's better from her. She doesn't have the same abilities I do. Okay, that was shit. Obviously not that. We have no haste.
It isn't
What a
my
pity.
time yet.
Buddy, will you stop killing my people? It's so infuriating. It just takes the fun out of it. Being killed by your own party members? Look at my poor axiomites. You've killed them all. Oh, Galfrey's incapacitated. Actually, half my party is incapacitated. Super. Go get him, Sealer.
No glory without risk.
Okay, just stand there on the pretty, I guess. Will you fucking stop killing my fucking party? Oh, we're gonna have some stern fucking words, sir.
Eternal Rose, I call upon you.
Yeah, I need Arushale. She's literally the only damage dealer here.
I'm all right. I'm all right.
I don't care if you're alright, quite
Prepare
frankly.
yourself.
You can blame Storyteller for that. Cannot be bothered to look through her spells. Really cannot be bothered.
Into the fray.
Oh, you almost had it. Oh my god! Would you stop?
Begone, fiend! Fall!
You killed my summons! The fuck's wrong with you, Storyteller? Oh my god. I can't believe you just killed my summons. How have I wronged you that you were so angry at me that you're virtually self-destructive to your own team? Sheesh. Yeah, I'd like to. The game won't let me. To the end! Repel the demon attack. Did I not just repel the demon attack? Reach the end. Okie dokie, we have not been here before. Let's never use those characters ever again.
Follow if
God, I feel like I'm gonna die in this place. Just from like being squished by the ceiling, not for anything actually to do with the Worldwound specifically. Does he echo?
The mortal who ventured recklessly into the abyss has now reached threshold. In his, you struck down my creator and master Discari. But if that makes you dismissive of his echo, if you think I do not pose a threat, then you are greatly mistaken.
You didn't want to fight me in the abyss, so why are you here now?
I was hunting the hand of the inheritor in the abyss, not you.
Okay.
And
Cool.
what
Where's
good
Discari?
hearted
Yep. Okay.
master
Well,
is in the abyss.
die.
Just another mortal who thinks he lost to you. He lost. The great Discari himself lost to a mortal. So what happens if I succeed with a great
Ah, he wants to prove himself better than the
The
original.
one its originator could not defeat. Who would that make me?
I see. He's in a power trip.
What would it prove? I'll risk my life to know. You are not just my enemy. You are my chance. A chance I won't miss.
I mean, I appreciate this. I can understand your situation in life and how this is your chance to better yourself and no longer be like an echo or a shadow. But like, at the cost of my own life? No, thank you. No, thank you. Is it just you? Because that's easy. On easy difficulty, it is easy. Agu, can you get there? Yeah. I'm gonna assume I can go over that rift there. Breath weapon. Oof, oof. His HP is buffed through the roof. Wow. Oh my god, how far back are you? Do I have anything left? Do I even want to use anything? I can't use that. I can, but like, it's not gonna work. Oh, I had to move to do it. Fair enough.
You won't survive me.
Yeah, easy difficulty is really
Distract
easy.
them for me.
It's almost like I'm taking damage for hitting him. It's kind of entertaining, but he's practically dead.
Simply business.
Grayball's gonna get there just as he dies. I was hoping he had less HP than that.
This one's mine.
Bye, Echo. Nice knowing you. I appreciate your attempt to better yourself and surpass your creator. Now, if I could just loot you, that would be phenomenal. Cool. Neat scythe, dude. Neat scythe. Let's go. Are we going back into the abyss? Oh, I can't seem to go this way? Question mark? Ah, there's no path this way. I think. As I said, I feel like we're going to be crushed to death by the ceiling, not the Worldwound. His anger's a bit off. Brilliant energy scythe +5? Is that what that just said the weapon was? That's amazing. Too bad no one uses scythes. Oh, that looks so pretty! You know, minus the Discari spawn. I don't want to kill
This is
you.
where it happened. It was here that I conducted the ritual, sewing my soul and the essence of the abyss together. feeling the world change around me as every stitch brought Golarion closer to the abyss. And it was here that even though you have no memory of it, I did the same to your soul.
The interplay of light and shadow in this place gives Arelia an otherworldly look. She stands at the edge of the vast rift, watching the dancing reflections cast by the violet flames. When she speaks, her voice is calm and thoughtful.
A researcher must not have any personal feelings for the subjects of their experiments. And yet, I find myself unable to remain completely detached from the Worldwound. I created it. I allowed it to be. It holds a place in my heart, even if I'm slowly paying for it with my life. A researcher must be particularly resilient in the face of mistakes, incorrect hypotheses, and failed experiments. You are my failed experiment. I think I'll feel some regret for ending your current life. But you can rest assured that such sentiments will not stop me.
I don't want to kill you. Although I'm really not sure what you're expecting here at the end. What do you want right now? I can tell you've been preparing this place for battle, but there's more to it, am I right? I sense barrier spells waiting to be activated, and there's something else, something more deadly.
You're so adept at magic. Of course.
See, she's proud. She's such a mama bear.
And hopefully I've prepared well.
You've done all of this just to save your child.
Yes. And no. Even if I could have brought back my daughter, I wouldn't have stopped at that. I wouldn't have been satisfied. Not after what I'd gone through. Not after the things I'd learned. I wanted to become stronger. And I wished the same for my child. I didn't want to be afraid of anything. It wasn't the dogs of Threshold or even Sarkoris itself that threatened us. It was the laws of a world governed by death, weakness, and separation. That is why I needed the power of the Nahindrian crystals. I did not merely wish to stave off the agony of the wound. I wanted to tear my daughter from the grasp of everything that makes us weak and mortal. You have seen a goddess. You have been face to face with demon lords. Were you awed by their greatness?
Not really.
Do you enjoy living in a world where your entire life cycle
No.
has been predetermined?
No, I do not.
Where everything, from your birth to what will happen to your soul after you die, has been decided for you? Or do you find, now that you have experienced the mythic power coursing through your blood, that you prefer to live in a world that you can change? A world that offers you a chance to be anything you want?
I mean, depends on what you mean by the latter. Like, I don't want to have anything to do with the Abyss. I want to close the Worldwound, but then still be able to control my own fate. Is that an option, really? I cannot justify your actions, but I understand them. I was content with my life as a mortal. This power is a burden to me, not a reward. Oh yes, this power is magnificent. I would choose no other fate. I enjoy having power, but only because it allows me to make the world a better place.
I also want to make the world a better place. But not for everyone. Only for the one person I care about.
Arelia gives you a small smile. Why did you call me your failed experiment?
When I poured what was left of my daughter's soul into your soul, I was expecting it to bring her back. They say death and the judgment of Pharasma purges the soul of everything it once was in life. But this cannot be true. I have researched this subject meticulously and have collected enough evidence to prove that supernatural beings born from mortal souls can recall their past. Sometimes partially, sometimes fully.
That's the research about memories after death. I'd completely forgotten about that. Right, it's all making sense now.
I watched you day and night waiting for it to happen. For your memory
I'm really
to
sad that
awaken,
her experiment
or
has
your
failed.
Instincts, at least. For anything familiar, something I could immediately recognize. I tested you. I asked you questions and nothing. Nothing.
So sad. I mean, I know that if it had memories, it would have meant sacrificing a part of myself to an extent by having another soul have a time at the front by using those memories, but it's still sad that it didn't happen. You merged the remnants of your daughter's soul with mine, so why do you want to harm me?
If a hypothesis is proven wrong, it needs to be rejected.
Come now, don't be like that.
But the research process does not stop there. That is all I can tell you right now.
You've been carrying the wound in your soul for a long time. Does that mean you will die soon?
It will kill me eventually, but I still have some time left. Years, or decades perhaps. But it doesn't matter. One of us will die today.
Well, that sucks. What will happen if one of us steps into the wound?
The tearing of the soul, followed by a cruel and terrible death. But it will likely be quick.
I have no more questions.
And it's finally time to end all this.
Stop. The wound may be killing... Oh, the Dragon Mythic Path has a separate path. Oof. The wound may be killing ourselves, but we can find a way to solve this without blood. Can we, though? Is there a way to solve it without bloodshed?
Asking me to stop is like asking a river not to flow. Or a volcano not to erupt. Death is not the end. I've spent 100 years trying to prove it, and I will not stop now. This experiment was unsuccessful, but that just means I need to adjust the initial conditions and try again.
You don't have enough time to try again.
I am still alive. I still
I
have
don't think you
time.
do, lady.
You, the current you, will have to die. But only to surrender the soul you share with my daughter. I will start over. This time I will do everything differently. I will work with even greater precision. I will turn the world upside down if I must.
Okay. I'd hoped she'd learned something from this experiment, but she really hasn't.
I promise.
Oh, that sucks. I didn't want to have to kill her. She's done the wrong things for the right reasons. Teleport. That's really not going to help me, lady. If you keep doing that during the battle, we'll never get anywhere. Pick a direction, guys, and make it consistent. Darren's not getting anywhere fast. I, however, also have 120 feet of movement. I don't want to kill Rilu. Yeah, she's done some bad things, and I don't condone a lot of what she's done, but I get why she's done it, and I don't disagree with a lot of her reasons for doing it. And surely there was a way we could have figured this out, dude. I really don't want to kill you. Or be killed by you. Do you really have to keep doing that? You know how hard it is to get to you? That's just plain fucking rude. Okay. Alright, she's got about, I don't know, 800 HP. You don't actually tell me HP, do you? No. I'm sure I could bother reading about her resistances and shit, but I don't really care. What do I have left? Ooh, I have one of these left. Great, go with it. That was pathetic. Try one of these. It was equally pathetic. Go, Greyball. One of these days you may just make it. You're not gonna make it. She's going to disappear before you can do anything. She did endure it. Endured it well. Okay, back we go. Hey, Waldriff, she's right next to you. More or less. Breath weapon? No breath weapon. Hey, Darren, you might just make it to the fight. Yay, look at that, it's a miracle. Guess we'll controlled fireball. That was terrible.
You're in my way. Retreat is not an option. Make every strike.
Well, this is it. Lan will do it. Oh, she doesn't die.
I never thought that I would be responsible for the creation of my most powerful enemy.
No one ever does think like that. Aurelia looks as though she's about to collapse, which does her best to remain upright. Again, missed that path. I can see you, Suture. Show yourself. Where? What do you mean? Where's Suture? Oh, there he is. Oh, I like Suture. Suture's so adorable.
I've been waiting for you to get distracted so I can stab you in the back.
I don't want to kill her. Don't blame me. Blame the game. I've uncovered your plan. The spells in this chamber, they are designed to kill you if something goes wrong. You've been preparing for this outcome from the start. Am I right? Oh, stop. Listen to me. You call me a failed experiment, but what if you're wrong?
I would be overjoyed to discover that I am wrong. I tried to hope, even though there was no hope left. But wait, why do you care? Why are you trying to change my mind?
I want to know. I want to follow the truth no matter where it leads. I genuinely don't want to fight you. I feel sorry for you. I am myself. I'm my own person, not your resurrected child, yet I still feel a connection to you. I don't care. Oh, the top 3 are really good options. I want to follow the truth no matter where it leads. I genuinely don't want to fight you. I feel sorry for how would you react when someone goes, yeah, I don't want to fight you. I just feel sorry for you. I am myself. I'm my own person, not your child. Yet I still feel a connection to you. Oh, really? Oh my god. I like all of them. I don't know. I just don't want to kill you. I mean, I don't want to kill you, but I don't really know that that's going to get me very far. I still feel a connection.
A connection? A spiritual?
Yes.
That is so strange. But what makes you think I will listen to your arguments? I have gone too far to turn back. I must walk the path I have chosen.
Wow, I've got literally only have one option. That's never happened before. If you've made up your mind not to listen to me, then there's nothing I can say that will convince you. Aurelia gives you a grim, lifeless smile and says nothing. Oh, that's depressing. That got me nowhere. Shit. Okay, number 2.
How very perceptive. But you didn't think I would make it easy, did you? I won't let you win. You need me alive. You want to use me to close the wound, but I can destroy myself before you have a chance.
This sucks. I thought we were onto something right there. I thought we were about to turn this fight around, but no, I still have the freaking killer. I don't like this. I realize this is madness, an act of evil, and it's absolutely pointless. You won't accomplish anything. Is this how you let go? Don't do this. I'll stop you by force if necessary to let myself these pathetic attempts to... I don't like either of those options, but, you know, non-skill check options usually aren't that good.
You're right. I won't gain anything from this. So what?
This concerns me, and dialogue. I was so hoping... 5 minutes pass. I was so hoping that we could connect and bond and shit.
You are stronger than I could have anticipated. As your creator, I should be proud to be defeated by the one I have imbued.
Now I'm regretting
with
not
power.
taking dragon.
Is there any higher praise? But I'm tired. You won't hear me pleading. Let us finish this experiment here and now.
Aurelia's eyes are full of anger and disbelief. The wound above her heart is bleeding and her shoulders are trembling, but she raises her chin defiantly. It's over. Now you will die, giving your life to help heal the world wound that you created. Do you have any last words? I'm not going to sacrifice you, Aurelia. This possibly is going to mean my own death. But I'm not going to sacrifice her.
Then what are you going
I
to
don't
do?
bloody know.
Sacrifice your own life
Probably.
to seal the wound?
Don't ask me these
Just
questions.
turn around and leave.
Stop asking me these questions. I don't fucking know. Hey, the island! Summon the island and step into the wound. Oh, okay, so I'm going to die, but I am going to heal it with the magic of my island. Throughout my journey to this moment, I've protected life, goodness, and freedom, and I will not stop now. I will be the living source that will heal this dying land, even if I have to pay for my own life. Ah. You step into the rift. What you feel is not fear or pain. Oof, I'm choking up. But the lightness of a spring breeze. And answering a call, a wave of pure life forces arrives from beyond the cursed prison walls of Threshold. This wave pierces you and everything around you, filling it with life, breath, laughter. The last thing you see before you disperse in a flash of light is a beautiful garden road 20 wasteland. That's pause. My wings. At least it allowed you to make the choice rather than forcing it upon you. Like forcing you like, hey, because you made certain decisions here and here and here and here, you're now locked into a sacrifice. I do appreciate that it allowed you to choose that option. Okay. Life and death, destiny and great deeds, answers to mysteries, a search for one's true path. The mind can comprehend all of these, and then such concepts can be written down as a sequence of formulas, a series of lines, a chain of thought. Still, a moment always comes when it is time to wrap up, to reach a conclusion, to put a period at the end of the last sentence. The impossible rift, the bleeding wound that had tormented all of Golarion for 100 years, was finally healed. The great deed demanded a great sacrifice, the life of the once known as the commander of the Fifth Crusade. Her cause and her death shook minds and souls not just on Golarion and in the Abyss, but on other planes as well, and even in the halls of the gods. Lyria perished, but shortly after, her followers were all visited by the same dream. The goddess Desna, tears falling from her eyes, carried a ravaged soul in her hands. I'm struggling to get through this. Carried a ravaged soul in her hands, then a tiny spark appeared within the soul and she placed it in the night sky. That night, a new star really did appear in the skies over Golarion, and it was named after the commander. It isn't always visible, but should a traveller get lost in a blizzard, or a ship run into a fog bank near a dangerous reef, the star will miraculously spring into existence, illuminating the path to safety. The wind of Elysium became a harbinger of renewal for the lands of the former wound. The corruption-torn wastes became lush once more, and where lava lakes once steamed, there grew groves of towering trees. Some of the vegetation seemed to have come straight from a dream. This rejuvenated land became a beautiful garden, an inspiration for dreamers. Lovers and poets would go there to watch the moon rise through the sparkling waterfalls or to catch the reflections of the stars in the streams. The Free Crusaders did not stay there together for long. Their main goal had been achieved, but there were still plenty of places left in the world where injustice was rampant, where courage and imagination was needed. Scaranthal and his treants had their branches full. They had to take care of their new, rapidly growing forest. At least they got more forests. Scaranthal, during his time as a Free Crusader, came to understand and even love city customs, in his own way. He often dropped by Drazyn and even officially adopted all the teenagers from the commander's court, and he cared for them just as selflessly as if they were his own trees. The fate of the Mimic Crusaders was most astonishing of all. They formed their own knightly order, then changed their mind and decided to become pirates, and settled on being pirate knight acrobats. They sailed the seas on a massive ship, quite possibly another mimic, singing shanties, juggling cutlasses, saving beautiful damsels, and, on rare occasions, boarding someone they didn't like. Ivu! Oh no, Ivu! Oh, I didn't think about Ivu when I made my decision. Inconsolable after losing her best friend, was taken from the ruins of Threshold by the Free Crusaders. Before long, a group of Azadas arrived to return the dragon to Elysium. Much later, all grown up, Ivy went off on her own adventures. She travelled the plains, bravely helping good souls in distress. And of course, seeking out places where they baked the best cookies. I hope she found a lake of plum jam. Although the commander became the symbol of the Fifth Crusade, there were still those among the Crusaders who were dissatisfied with her decisions. Yeah, well, fuck y'all. Years later, their words served as the basis for many alternate versions of the history of the struggle against the Worldwound. With the conclusion of the war, Drazyn, the heroic fortress of the Crusaders, began to wane in importance, and that's quite depressing. The memories of the gruesome battles faded. The deeds of the brave were forgotten. A mere century later, Drazyn had once again become just another northern garrison, and the legacy of the Fifth Crusade began to slip into obscurity. Queen Galfrey returned to Nerosium with the intent to rule Mendev as before, but as it turned out, Mendevian society was hungry for change. Oops, I may have started that. The war-ravaged nation desired new leadership, but the Queen would not countenance yielding her authority to anyone else. She believed her duty to her homeland had not yet been fulfilled. Quite a few Mendevians wanted to see Daemon Arryn inherit the throne. That would be the worst decision you could physically make. The wardstones were from the chain that once guarded the borders of Mendev were carefully disassembled, one by one. The angels that had been trapped inside returned to heaven to heal their wounded spirits and prepare for new battles against evil. The Lady in Shadow found a way to benefit from the situation. By magnanimously accepting the warriors from the destroyed armies of Baphomet and Discari, she significantly bolstered the might of the Midnight Isles. The Demon Lord Baphomet suffered a defeat. The Worldwound was closed, and the convenient passage to Golarion was sealed along with it. Baphomet shifted his attention to the realms of the other Demon Lords. A cell of the Templars of the Ivory Labyrinth was soon discovered in Hallucinera. She is not going to take that line down. The Demon Lord Discari suffered a defeat. He bided his time, continuing to plot his invasion of Golarion, and after that, of heaven itself. The cultists that remained on Golarion went mad one after another, tortured by the nightmarish dreams their lord sent to them. What a dick! Now alone, I'm so sorry, Anevia. Anevia left, quietly, unnoticed, leaving no traces or notes. No one ever saw her again. I'm sorry, but I really don't know how else I could have done that, with the exception of going straight for Gulfrey. Maybe. But, you know, then the Crusaders would have died. I mean, go look at the bigger picture. The storyteller, fuck you, for shooting me in the back again and again and again, and killing my summons. As old as the tales he collected, continued his travels across Golarion and occasionally beyond. He knew that out there somewhere there was one story he would never find. His own. Oh, come on! We were so close! How did I miss more notes? We went literally everywhere! Whatever, don't care. Once again, Seela heard the call of the open road. Even after gaining mythic powers and coming face to face with the goddess and demon lords, she never stopped being a paladin and a wandering knight whose purpose was to help others. The war was over, but Lan still did not feel his duty was truly done. He had intended to die in the war, but for reasons unknown to him, his life just went on and on. He helped the mongrels find their place in the surface world and kept putting off his dream of going on a sea voyage. His dream was never realized. No, you should have gone. The 5th Crusade ended. Yeah, I didn't do your quest like at all. But not the personal crusade of the mad young preacher. Without saying goodbye to anyone. Whoa, that's a dick move. You paid no attention to Ember's doings and she didn't help her on her path. Yeah, but I didn't want to have to take her on my party, right? She left to continue her endless wayfaring along the roads of Golarion, helping the distressed and preaching love and kindness to villains. Darren Arrowday, oh, I left Darren behind. Darren Arrowday embraced his new life, one that was free of the other. He became more mature, his smile grew colder and his choice of diversions more elaborate, and he acquired an imperious streak. Inquisitor Leota's blood seemed to have let the darkness into Darren's soul, or had it always dwelt there? Whatever the case, in that darkness, he was free and happy as never before. To his own surprise, Waldriff Jeffter became a war hero. Esteem and fame were shortly followed by great wealth. Hey, you can die now! You've made real wealth! The thiefling did not let his newfound fortune turn his head, but chose to invest the money in several profitable ventures, and one charity for street urchins. Within a few more years, his signature style came to include a top hat, a cane, and a bit of a belly. Really? I never saw him as the fat type. There was a lot of talk in the taverns of Absalom about the time. Soon after the end of the war, when Waldriff appeared in the city in the company of Count Darren Arrowday. It remains unclear whether Darren treated the thiefling as a wayward younger brother or a court jester, but he took pleasure in showing him the world. Aw, that's so sweet! After the victory, Sersiel returned home. Now a famed crusader hero, he humbly officiated at a temple of Shaolin, painted, grew sweet-smelling fruits, and made the best wine in the region. His former kindly smile returned less and less often. He avoided talking about the war, and when people asked about his brother's fate, he just curtly replied that Trevor had been killed by demons. Bruh, not my fault. It totally is, but I don't care. The 5th Crusade concluded, but the former Paralector, Reginald Durange, was plagued by doubts. Had his every step been truly faultless? He returned to Chaliax and spent much time pensively wandering the cemetery, where the members of his order were usually buried. And it was there that his bleaching-stricken body was eventually discovered. Oh, I don't really know how else you can end that. I'm so sorry. Yeah, well, I didn't like the way his questioning went. Oh, is he going to find his daughter? The war changed Greybore. He left the assassin's craft behind and embarked on a search for his family. Yes, I'm glad I convinced him of that. It took years to win their love again, but he had never been one to back down from a fight, and so he won that battle as well. Greybore hung his axes above the fireplace and became an upstanding citizen. The transformation was difficult for him, and many a time he would reminisce about the days of his daring youth. Still, there was one joy in this family life that the dwarf could not have traded for anything in the world. His daughter, Mora. She grew up to be an exceptional warrior, and watching her train brought Greybor true happiness. Aw, I think he's like the only person so far that's had truly happy ending. Arusha had changed her nature, completely ridding herself of evil, but she would not dare to live among mortals, but you can't look 'em like that. She took up residence in a small house away from their settlements. Shortly afterwards, rumours began to spread. Some said there was a kind sorceress living in the cottage, or perhaps a reclusive saint, and people would come to her asking for help. She never refused anyone, and in time, she earned their trust and friendship. Arielu? Who the hell are you? Is that Pharasma?
And what of me, the writer of these words? The half-demon witch known as the architect of the Worldwound.
Who the hell is that?
I was defeated. The victor spared my life in a gesture that was not quite a boon, not quite charity.
Oh yeah, I took your daughter's soul with me.
Without hope,
Sorry.
without a chance of finding a purpose again. I lived out my remaining days in an isolated cottage, far from everyone, needed by none, discovered by none.
Huh. So my sacrifice hasn't helped you at all. Sorry.
I have recounted the story of my life.
Oh, that's what this is all about.
Not only of my life, but of the commander's also. I believe the tale of such an illustrious figure would pique even a goddess's curiosity.
I had forgotten the framing of his story because every time you went into a new chapter, it was Arielu narrating. Okay, interesting. So she's in the boneyard. This is not what I imagined the boneyard to look like, let me tell you.
Now you know everything. I await your verdict, goddess.
Please don't send her to the abyss. Please reunite her with her daughter, but her daughter's in the abyss. Wait, shit, I took your daughter's soul. I don't know where I am. I'm in the night sky, actually. Silence hangs over the boneyard. The Lady of Graves is weighing her decision, and it seems the entire universe is holding her breath, awaiting for her pronouncement. Who would dare to break a silence so absolute? Oh, I fucking would. Intervene. Your consciousness coalesces into one whole, rejecting the oblivion of death. Your mythic powers are not entirely gone, and they entitle you to a say in this ritual. I appeal. Wait, is this gonna be mine? Okay. No, okay, it's everybody's. I appeal to your mercy. The planes have suffered enough. Do not add to the evil already wrought with yet another act of evil. I appeal to your mercy. Of all the gods, Iomedae, who cares about Iomedae, was the only one to fight against the Worldwound. Even you, Pharasma, stood by and did nothing. Doesn't that suggest that the Worldwound was not so great a threat to the universe, and Amelia's crimes were not as heinous as claimed? I appeal to your sense of justice. Great evil deserves a commensurate punishment. I appeal to your sense of justice. The world the gods created exists in a delicate balance. I really would attempt to overturn that balance, which represents a direct challenge to you. Oh, we might not succeed. I might have to go with diplomacy here because I don't want to take that risk. I mean, I have to roll a 7 or higher, but I don't want to fuck up Arilu's life just because of a bad roll right at the end that I can't redo. Your words ring out in the silence. They are heard, considered, and given their due weight.
The laws of the universe have existed for millennia. They are incontrovertible. But even they allow the decider of fate some degree of influence over the verdict. You wrought great evil, while it stemmed from the evil that was done to you. Your actions far exceeded it. Your soul is dark, and there is only one place for you in the universe.
Oh, I tried to save you.
And yet,
I'll think of that. I was like, what?
Most of all now appeals to
I was
me
like,
on
did
your
you just
behalf.
ignore what I said? No. Okay.
I shall send you to the Maelstrom,
Ugh.
the plane on the edge of the world. A place to which the gods' gazes do not stray. There you will find yourself. Or you will perish in the whirlwind of chaos that is your soul. So be it.
Actually, it's not the worst place. I don't really know anything about the Maelstrom except where it is on the map. But It's a place to which the gods' gaze do not stray, and that's what she wants. I really wanted to be free of rules and cycles and other people deciding things for her. Here she is free to, as she says, find herself. I'm so sorry that I took your daughter's soul with me though. I kind of do regret that part.
Now you, the mortal who has risen so high as to stand boldly in the presence of the goddess of fate. You have done the impossible. And you will be remembered as long as this universe exists. You have earned your peace.
Is that it? Do we roll credits now? Shit, we don't even get credits. You've got to manually go into credits. That's kind of sad. Okay, and that is Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous. I have to say, I loved this game up until the end. I don't like that Erebeth sacrificed herself for Galfrey, though to be fair, that's what Erebeth would do. I kind of wish I had killed Galfrey just on principle because I don't like Galfrey. But yeah, right up until the Karamzada battle, I was in love with the game. I was feeling rushed towards the end. I wanted to get it done and just move on with my life. Still really like the game. The minute we hit the Karamzada battle, I've just mentally checked out. I emotionally checked, well, until the ending, of course. I was having none of it. The battle was just such a steep incline in difficulty. It was virtually impossible for me, using my playstyle, to even come close to beating that battle. Because I had no way to prevent frightened condition. I can prevent fear, I cannot prevent frightened. No one on the internet could provide me with the way to do that battle in a way that I didn't have to lower my difficulty. Everyone who was questioning how to do that battle online was always met with a response of lower your difficulty. So, I don't know. Apparently that was a problem with Kingmaker. I mean, I didn't finish Kingmaker, but apparently the ending was the same. People were forced to just arbitrarily drop down their difficulty just to get through it because there was no way they can continue no matter their current difficulty. It's frustrating. A challenge is fine, but you don't want it to be virtually impossible. And it's just incredibly frustrating, and it has pretty much killed my enthusiasm for the game, which is sad because I spent, 150 plus hours really liking the game, but to have that ending just destroy it all for you is a little crushing. Reminds me a bit of Far Cry 5 in that regard. Far Cry 5 was a fantastic game. I really enjoyed it until the ending. The ending was pretty shit. So I guess I'll always look at Pathfinder the same way. Wrath of the Righteous, my apologies. It's a fantastic game until you get to the ending, and then it just goes downhill from there. I'm not glad, but I'm okay that I chose to sacrifice Lyria to save Aurilu, but what I didn't think about when I did it was that I was taking her soul with me, therefore voiding her reason to live. Didn't think about that. My only other option though was to let her sacrifice, or just toss her in so she dies. And I still didn't see that as a path that she should take. I sympathize with all her reasons for why she did what she did and where she is today. And as I said, yes, she's done tremendously bad things, but she had good reasons for them. And I just couldn't find it in me to just throw her in and use her as the sacrifice just so that I could live. I guess your secret ending and your other options, blah, blah, blah. You can get around that, and maybe as a gold dragon you can get around that, maybe even as the swarm, but mainly the gold dragon. The gold dragon seemed to have at least 2, if not 3 alternate options in conversation there that could have changed the course of that. So I am massively regretting not taking that path because I really would like to have not killed myself or Aurilu. If there was a way we could work around it, maybe sacrifice her daughter's soul. Oof, that sounds bad. But, you know, to the Worldwound to close it. I don't know, something like that would have been cool. But yeah, all in all, I did enjoy the game as a whole. It was very long, but I guess what else did you expect of something that's a TTRPG put into a computer form? So, of course, it was going to take a very long time. And it was an enjoyable story. I don't feel that the character story was as really all that gripping. I think I find a much stronger connection to the characters in Baldur's Gate 3. But I don't know if that's just because of the isometric nature of the Pathfinder game, as opposed to the cutscene cinematic version of Baldur's Gate 3, where you're immersed into the characters. whether that's the difference, or whether it's the stories that I just don't feel the same with. I'm inclined to believe it's both. I don't think the stories were as gripping. I don't think you're given as much opportunity to know your companions and converse with them in a meaningful manner. And I just feel like not having cutscenes and not having you being able to like look at your character right next to them and the way they interact, it just crushes my immersion in their life and any interest that I would have in them. It's just, I feel disconnected from them and their problems. And especially the characters I didn't have in my party. Ember's great, but I didn't use her, so I just really didn't care about her. And that's not a good sign. You should care about all your companions, regardless of whether you use them or not. So, yeah, that's a bit of an issue, but I guess there's not much you can do when this is just the genre and the way it lends itself to the story. But anywho, thank you so much for sticking around and watching Pathfinder up to the Wrath of the Righteous right through to the very end. Hopefully not too displeased with the choices I made along the way. Thanks for watching.